Hello friends, welcome to a fresh new episode of our channel RG Innovations. If you have not subscribed already, please subscribe to our channel, click on the bell button and select all to get all future notifications of our video uploads. In my previous video, I have shown you a PC oscilloscope that I use to measure frequency. And I said that in my next video, I am going to show you how to make the oscilloscope. So in today's video, I am going to show you how to make the oscilloscope. I am going to build the oscilloscope on a breadboard just to show you. So we need a breadboard. We need an Arduino. I am using a Arduino Nano here. You can use Arduino Uno also, or whatever Arduino supports serial communication, you can use that. I need two diodes, 1N4148. Path switching diodes, and I also need a resistance of 10 kilo ohms. This much component is needed to build the PC Arduino, and also we need an USB cable to connect it with the computer to upload the sketch and to communicate between the oscilloscope and the PC. So let's build the oscilloscope. I have placed the Arduino on the breadboard. Let me bring it a little closer. Now I have to connect two diodes. As you know, the side with a black band is the cathode side and the other side is the anode side. So we will connect the cathode side of the diode to Arduino pin number A0 and the anode side to the ground pin. The other diode, the anode side to pin number A0, the cathode side of the diode to 5 volt output pin. This is a protection circuit that I have just built to protect the Arduino input pin in case of any high voltage. Now to protect the input from higher voltages, we need to put a resistance with pin number A0 and the other side of the resistance will be used as the input pin. So I am connecting it to a free row of pins on the breadboard. And our oscilloscope is ready. We only need to do this much in the hardware part. Now what we have to do, we have to upload the sketch to the Arduino. I have given a download link for the Arduino sketch schematic, circuit diagram and the oscilloscope software in the video description. So you can check that out and download it from there. Now we need two header pins for the input. I am inserting the gray header pin to the ground. This will be the common pin of the oscilloscope, and putting the green header pin to the free side of the resistance. This will be the signal 1 pin of the oscilloscope. So my oscilloscope is ready. Now I will upload the sketch. Here is the sketch that we need to upload on the Arduino. We have defined analog pin A0 as the input and we are using the serial port for the communication with baud rate 115200. This is the sketch, very small sketch. We have to upload this to the Arduino. Let's connect the USB cord with the Arduino and then so from here we will select COM3 as the serial port and we will check, yes, the board exists. As it is a clone board, it's showing unknown. We have to select Arduino Nano from here. You will select the board you are using and then upload the sketch to the Arduino. It will take some time for compiling and uploading. Code uploading, done uploading. Now we will close the Arduino software. After downloading the zip file from the description and unzipping it, you will get a folder like this, PC based oscilloscope using Arduino. Inside this, you will get the sketch folder where the sketch is located. This sketch should be uploaded to the Arduino. And this is the PC scope software. You have to use the password. You have to unzip this pcscope.rar and then after unzipping, you will get a setup. You have to run the setup and you are done. Then from the start menu, you have to select PC scope and your PC scope software will start. So this is the oscilloscope software that runs. Now as our code is uploaded, this software is ready to connect. So we will simply click on the connect button and it will connect at COM port 3. You can see a wave is moving here. It is because the wires are open and not connected anywhere. It's taking noise from the open cable. We can click on the auto scale. You see there is still some noise. So you can see the noise there. If I open this cable, you see the noise is quite a bit low. And if I remove the resistance also from here, the noise will be much lesser. It is because the open cable and open areas that is creating the noise. Now I will show you how you can measure frequency using this oscilloscope. So in my multimeter, I am bringing it in the frequency generator section. In my previous video, you have seen that this multimeter generates a frequency around 56 Hz. So I'm showing you again that I'm touching the common pin with the black probe and the red probe with the input resistance. See, as soon as I connected probe to the input, a square wave is showing on the oscilloscope, and you can see it's showing 56 or 57 Hz frequency. Let me zoom in a little. Now you can see it's somewhere around 56 Hz. As per the documentation of the software, it says this oscilloscope is good for measuring up to 5 kHz. Beyond 5 kHz, this oscilloscope generates a hazy image. So this is not for pro use, but for general purpose testing or for experimental use. You can build this oscilloscope at home at very low cost, and you can use it at home. Now if I connect this pin here, this is showing a hazy graph just because I have touched it. Now I need to connect it here. You see it's showing a square wave. Now if you are familiar with an oscilloscope, you know that this volt by division and time scale function. The volt by division is how much volt it shows per division. Like one division shows how much voltage, two divisions shows how much voltage. Now it is set to 1.2. So per division shows 1.2 voltage. If we increase or decrease this, the graph will increase or decrease. So we will set it at 1. The peak voltage is showing here 3.27 is the peak voltage. You can see 3.27 the peak voltage. Minimum voltage is 0. So you can see the bottom line at 0. And this is the time scale. The time scale is shown in millisecond. How many cycles are showing in a millisecond? The more we reduce it, the graph will be more wider, and the more we increase it, the graph will be more narrower. So we can adjust it as per our requirement, or we can use the auto scale option. The auto scale option automatically selects the best setting for the oscilloscope. This is very basic of an oscilloscope. It does not have much functions with it. So up to this in today's video. If you have any question or any query or any suggestion about this oscilloscope, please feel free to write in the comments. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to RG Innovations. And if you find this useful, please share the video with your friends. We will meet again in a new video. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Have a nice time. Thank you.